Hello, everyone. This is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is Q&A. This is another Q&A episode, so let's actually get started, shall we? So, Benjamin, you got some questions for me. Your first question is, Dacentrurus really the biggest of all stegosaurs? Well, when I looked this up, yes. Dacentrurus is at least a foot longer than Stegosaurus, and is also at least 1,000 or 2,000 pounds heavier than Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus does fall short in terms of being the largest Stegosaurus or Stegosaur, and so Dacentrurus is considered to be the largest one so far that we know of right now. So, but that doesn't mean that Stegosaurus could possibly overthrow it. But that's just a speculation right now. But Dacentrurus for right now is the largest of all stegosaurs, mainly due to at least a foot longer in terms of length, and of course 1,000 to 2,000 pounds heavier. Your next one is Dryptosaurus as robust as Appalachiosaurus. I would say no. I would say Appalachiosaurus would actually be a little bit more bulky compared to Dryptosaurus. Dryptosaurus would be a little bit slender, but these animals are pretty similar to each other. But it's just that Dryptosaurus is going to be smaller than Appalachiosaurus. As Appalachiosaurus, what we found so far in terms of Appalachiosaurus, some of the fossil material, we find their teeth, but we find juvenile specimens. And the largest juvenile specimen is 23 feet, but it's estimated that an adult can actually be over 30 feet long, probably close to 34 feet. And so, whereas Dryptosaurus, its estimated length is actually 25 to 29 feet. So, Dryptosaurus is not as big as Appalachiosaurus. And so, Appalachiosaurus would be larger and more robust. Which one is larger, Allosaurus anax or Torvosaurus gurni? That's tough. I would say it's pretty even, but I would think Torvosaurus actually would have the length, but I think Allosaurus anax might have the weight, if I remember correctly. I think that Torvosaurus is longer, but I think Allosaurus anax, if it stands, is Allosaurus anax, is heavier. Because remember, it used to be called Saurophaganax, but the latest research is saying that Saurophaganax was a chimera. So basically, two fossils of different animals combined into one species, when clearly when they found sauropod material with the Saurophaganax name in the Saurophaganax fossil material, and some Allosaurus fossil material with Saurophaganax as well. Because for those of you who don't know, a chimera in paleontology is a species that is considered to be mostly made of two types of animals in the same site, and they're mistaken to be one type of animal when clearly there's two animals involved in terms of the fossils. And so I think Allosaurus anax has the weight and Torvosaurus has the length. I could not. But if you're talking about weight, I would say Allosaurus anax. But if you're talking about length, Torvosaurus would definitely have the length. And then your last question, is the skull of Appalachiosaurus robust enough to bite very hard? In ways, yes, but not in the ways that you think of some of the later tyrannosaurs. Because Appalachiosaurus is part of the Tyrannosaur family. It's just that it's like a distant relative of the later tyrannosaurs. And so Appalachiosaurus would have a skull that would be able to bite very hard, but they're not crushing bones. they're not crushing bones because their teeth are a little bit more on the blade-like or the knife-like type of like shape, and so they're not designed to like go deep into bone. They might make some markings in the bones in terms of the bite and like say in terms of feeding, but not as what you think of like say Tyrannosaurus Rex, Torvosaurus, Dyspletosaurus, Albertosaurus, Zooxantheranus. I mean, you name it. Because those tyrannosaurs had much more bigger skulls and also very muscular necks and heads to be able to do very powerful bites. And so I would have to say yes and no, but more likely on the ways of that it can bite hard, mainly in terms of to like make a killing bite, but not really to crush bone. That's how I would actually go with that. All right, Alex, your questions. Which upcoming documentary series are you more excited to see? Prehistoric Planet Ice Age or Surviving Earth? Good question. Because Prehistoric Planet is getting season 3, and it's got ice, and it takes place in the Pleistocene this time instead of the Cretaceous or the Mesozoic. And so it's taking place in the Pleistocene epoch during the Ice Age. And that's a good thing because when you got the name Prehistoric Planet, you can't just be talking about dinosaurs all the time. You can go to different time periods in Earth's history to talk about these types of animals that lived around that kind of time. And so it's very, very smart that BBC and Apple decided to we can't just talk about dinosaurs. We need to talk about other things. And so Prehistoric Planet Season 3, which is Ice Age, is going to be taking place in the Pleistocene. And it's not narrated by David Attenborough. It's going to be narrated by Tom Hiddleston, Loki himself. And so that'll be a little bit different for a lot of people. But from what I heard out of the first clip that they actually released, Tom Hiddleston actually sounds pretty good. I actually like it, and so the CGI looks great, and so I'm looking forward to that for that season, and it's coming up pretty soon. Prehistoric Planet Season 3, Ice Age, is going to be coming up pretty soon, probably within a few weeks. And then you got Surviving Earth, which is supposed to come out next year in 2026. I think it's supposed to be spring of 2026, if I remember correctly. And it's being made by the people that made the 1999 Walking with Dinosaurs. And it's not just going to be about dinosaurs. It's going to talk about the mass extinctions that have happened in Earth's history, and they're going to go to different time periods as well. So they're not just going to say, oh, we're going to the Ordovician, the Devonian, the Permian, the Triassic, and the Cretaceous. They're going to be doing other types of extinction events that have happened, but mainly they will talk about the major mass extinctions and some of the smaller mass extinctions. And so they will be talking about those, and it's going to have practical effects and CGI. So I am looking forward to that as well. I'm actually more excited for both of them. Really, I'm actually more excited for both. I don't think there's one that I would actually say I'm more excited than the other. But I would definitely say I'm just going to say both. I like both. I think both of them are going to be really, really good. And to me, Prehistoric Planet has pretty much beaten the 2025 Walking with Dinosaurs. Because the 2025 Walking with Dinosaurs CGI just does not look as good compared to the original Walking with Dinosaurs. And so in Prehistoric Planet's CGI is just so much better. It's just so much better. And Prehistoric Planet is basically Walking with Dinosaurs, or the Walking with series, but made better, that sort of thing. Whereas the 2025 Walking with Dinosaurs was something else, that it was just branded Walking with Dinosaurs because BBC was like, let's just do it for the marketing. Let's just do it like that. And it's come on, man. You could do better. But anyway, I'm looking forward to both Surviving Earth and Prehistoric Planet Ice Age. both of them I'm actually looking forward to. And then your next question, do you think there were some iguanodonts that would have lived with Spinosaurus and Carcharodontosaurus? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, why would there be like just sauropods? It's like there had to be iguanodontids that were in northern Africa around that kind of time with Carcharodontosaurus and Spinosaurus. And so, because we only know is that it's Spinosaurus, Carcharodontosaurus, I think another Spinosaur, and a Paralotitan. That's all I know. And I know there's some crocs that were there too, and some pterosaurs. But I think there was an iguanodont that was found there. I can't recall what the name of it is, but there was iguanodontids that were around. It's just that they're just not very well known. They're not very well known, and so they're probably poorly studied, and I think they need to be studied a little bit more, and so on and so forth. But yeah, but the Kem formation, it definitely needs to be looked at a lot more, and I think there needs to be more research in terms of the ecosystem of the Kem formation, and so hopefully that does happen at some point, even though that there are more Northern African expeditions being taken place. It's just that the publishing of some of these findings is going to take some time. It is going to take some time. And so we're still learning a bit more about Spinosaurus. I mean, we know about Carcharodontosaurus. It's just that we need to find more specimens of Carcharodontosaurus, and we find some Paralotitan, and also we just need to find more dinosaur specimens there anyway. And so I think there is iguanodontids that are in Northern Africa during the time of Spinosaurus and Carcharodontosaurus. It's just that we need to, I think paleontologists need to do a bit more, just needs more research to know about these prehistoric creatures. And that's what that's what the scientists need to be doing and need to do at some point in time, is to look at the ecosystem of that kind of time. So I think definitely. That's all the questions I got for you today. Next week will be a special episode. I'll let you guys know what prehistoric animal I'm going to talk about, and you can request a prehistoric animal in the comments section of what kind of prehistoric animal you want me to talk about in a future special episode. And I got a list that I have made for all of the requests that I've been getting, and so keep sending those requests. Make sure you only send at least one or two prehistoric creatures in one comment, please, because that way I can actually make the list a lot better, and that way those animals can be discussed in a special episode sooner rather than later, and so make sure you send me those requests for what kind of prehistoric animal you want me to talk about. It could be a dinosaur, it could be a prehistoric reptile, prehistoric mammal, prehistoric amphibian, prehistoric fish, those sort of things. It's got to be a vertebrate. Because I'm more of a vertebrate paleo type of person. And so make sure you send me those requests. But you can still send me questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochrist71@gmail.com. Or go to my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts of Dino Chris. Like the page, you guys should post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messenger is for private conversations only. And so make sure you put your comment, post your questions in the comment section on any Facebook post. And also for you YouTubers out there, like the videos, subscribe to the channel according to my analytics. A lot of you guys are checking out my channel, not subscribed yet, so please feel free to hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. The more likes the video gets, the more likely the video gets spread out. Videos get spread out to people that are interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general. So please feel free to do so, and also share the video, share the channel to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general. So please feel free to do so. And also for you YouTubers out there, leave your questions in the comment section, because I do read them all. All of you guys send me questions via email, Facebook, and YouTube. You guys are awesome. You give me some great questions for those Q&A episodes. Keep up the great work, and also make sure you hit that notification bell so that we can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out. And also, if you go on my channel and go on the posts tab, you'll actually see posts of posts of upcoming videos and updates on upcoming videos, and some news and paleontology, mainly on the dinosaur spectrum, and of course polls. And I post polls every 3 days on the channel, so that way you guys can actually interact, and it's awesome to see how you guys are interacting in the polls. Anyway, and make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Threads, same thing, at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of the people around you. Notice for your younger people out there, that makes a list of your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you could have. A good education. It's very important to have a good education. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time.